Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Enter the Gungeon. We have all the past kills. We also have more hegemony credits than I even know what to do with. In fact, are we just set on purchases here? Let me speak to you, hello. Still hunting. As a reminder, it looks like you still need to hunt 3 Mimic. God damn it, we've only killed 2 of them since he's given us the option. Really sorry to— oh! Ha ha ha. Not this time, sucker. You know, before you— hey, we got a new item. That's what I was thinking was gonna happen here. You know, before you started kicking my helmet into that pit, I had long since given up on getting out of this place. But now that you've come to the Gungeon, I know that I have to get the hell out of here, so regardless of your intentions, thank you for rejuvenating my ambition. I've ordered something from the Gungeon Acquisitions Department. Hopefully it will come in handy. If you find it down there, feel free to use it. It's not like you have any respect for personal property anyway. Wow. Wow. Pretty cute, though, gotta admit. You know, I didn't even come here on purpose. I don't know, this guy's got something else going on. We have some stuff left to do. I don't think we have— well, obviously we don't have any past kills left. Space Friend, 25. Black Hole Gun, 20. Yari Launcher, 25. Well, let's start small. We could at least get 2 of those. The rest are very expensive, but we did get the heroin here, which is an item that Michael L. Fox has been telling me about. I don't know what I'm going to do on this run, to be honest with you. We're going to meander a little bit. We do still have secret room tutorial access to garner. However, I'm sure that there's something to do with that Old King area that we would be advised to tackle if we're going to you know, get 100% completion. We also could play the gun game a little bit more. The one where, you know, every 2 minutes or whatever, your gun changes into a new gun and causes you all sorts of fucking problems. But for now, you know what I should do is probably, since we've gotten all the past kills, solicit some feedback. What's next in Gungeon for me? Do I have to pursue something to do with the Old King, or am I punishing myself for no reason? Do I have, I'd certainly probably have to get a win with the gun game, or the Blessed Run, or whatever the hell they call it. I'm imagining, at least. I have to get the secret room in the tutorial, and I think there's like— oh, you know what? I've never been inside of that special room that oftentimes hurts me when I try to go into it, but I know how to get inside of it now. Let's not use a key yet, because I am in the market to probably go down to Blobulon's lair, deliver the old crest, and just keep it going from there. I feel like we've hit the point where, like, we've killed Mom 10 times and we've, like, unlocked the cathedral or something, and I'm like, whoa, the cathedral, it's pretty difficult. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to surmount it. Well, hopefully we'll get to that point, but for right now, I will admit the Old King is annoying as all hell. Dude is the tankiest boss of all time. So you leave the key behind. I romance the thought of leaving it all behind. Kanye step away from the limelight, like when I was on the grind in the 1999. This became Christopher Walken temporarily. Or permanently, I don't know. I shouldn't say temporarily until I can figure out if I can get my actual voice back, you know? If I just start talking like Christopher Walken forever, that's gonna cause me some problems. Can't go in through that side, unfortunately. 30 is definitely enough to buy 1 key, which means we have 3 keys available for us on the map. Which means we can open 1 chest. And as many people have told me, I need to internalize this before I can use it as effectively as I'd like. But there's 1 active and 1 passive item per floor. So if we open a chest and it has a gun, our other chest is going to have a passive item, and vice versa. I don't want to buy the machine pistol just because keys are a little too valuable to pass up, I think. So, do we open the brown chest, or do we just go hunting for some more stuff here? I think we'll go hunting for some more stuff here. I don't really care if we get, oh, I mean, if I could afford wax wings, I absolutely would love to get them. I don't think we'll be able to, though. We need, like, 25 extra credits here, which is extremely unlikely. Okay, so there is a water barrel here. 25 credits from this room and the boss room is pretty unlikely. We have a little bit of extra space left over. We might as well, in my opinion at least, push the water barrel into the fireplace here, because we know we're going to want to go down to the Blobulon lair. I don't know if I'm going to be able to defeat the old king. Let's worry about, you know, just getting the old crest first, and then, you know, we'll handle the rest of that as it comes, I suppose. But we at least want to go through the basic steps. Trying to be a little bit more vigilant about actually finding these water barrels as well, because if you ignore them and accidentally shoot them, there can be an issue there. Obviously. Let's come down and get a key. We got 3 keys. I would love to get one more, just so we could get all of the things of value on this floor. I do like opening the brown chests whenever they show up. Who knows? Maybe we can get like Master of Unlocking or something, and then, you know, Kate and I did a co-op run last night. We lost, but with Master of Unlocking, by the 5th floor, we had 12 fucking keys, which is ridiculous. And people were showing up in chat like, how do you have 12 keys? This is insane. Obviously, we have to open this. So this gave us Trident. I don't recall ever using this. That doesn't mean it's never happened, but I don't recall ever using it. Let's fight our boss. Hopefully the Trident allows us to flawless the Trigger Twins. Oh my god! Bad start. 3 blanks. And yet, oh my god, I've taken 2 hits of damage. At this point, I don't want to use blanks, because I'm like, well, first off, I'm mad at myself, but then beyond that, I'm also, hopeful that I can find the secret room. Yo, am I missing something with this Trident? Because, it doesn't seem that great at boss killing. It is better than the default pistol, but, man, it really runs out of ammo quickly. This should have been a pretty easy flawless, I think. But life goes on, you know? Don't need to flawless the first boss to beat the game. Does help out a lot. Oh, you know what? Is that what it does? Yeah, okay. So it's the fight saber, except it doesn't reflect the bullets back at the enemies. Which actually makes it a great boss killer. I only wish that I'd known that before going into it, which is just, you know, prepare for 1,000 tweets that say, hey, read the Ammonomicon, you freaking idiot. Alright. We are going to get nearly full HP at the very least. Ooh, I don't know that I've ever seen this. Old Knight's Flask. It's a Estus Flask. Okay. Trident is immaculately crafted. Powerful runes allow it to channel mighty bullet magics, sometimes when the Gungeon shifts, entire regions are submerged. Provides healing and replenishes on each floor. Once carried by powerful gun knights, these flasks have dimmed with age. Some say they are linked directly to the power of the gun. Alright. It refills per floor. Does it refill once per floor, or does it refill the whole way per floor? These are the pivotal questions of our time. I'm not really gonna bother with shooting the brown chest. Let's just come in here. We got so many blanks, though. Okay, not there. I'm gonna check, actually, the elevator room, which they can frequently have secret rooms next to. Whoa! This is a huge room here. 2 pieces of armor and a chest. And the chest has a key, which actually will allow us to open the brown chest. That's a surprise. And it will be a passive item, so I would love to get a table tech. I mean, anything but table tech money. But even table tech money for the cost of a key is okay. Oh my lord, we got another key out of this. And the blast helmet, duck and cover. Reduces hazard radius of explosions. It doesn't seem that good, but at the same time, it also didn't cost me very much at all. I mean, it didn't cost me anything. We got an extra key out of the chest regardless, so it was basically just a free item. That was also like the most valuable secret room I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, we're good. Let's head down to the next floor. Alright, I'll take a sip of this coffee. Now, I would trade in a lot of the interstitial stuff that we've got right now just to get the 1 HP that I missed out on for having been hit by the boss. However, again, like I said, and like I like to say, life goes on. You know, it's a little cliched, but it's valuable advice. This too shall pass. Just be careful about the enemies here. That's exactly the reason you want to stay away. And then, okay, what? Did I step on poison? I may have stepped on poison there and cost myself a little bit. I don't want to use the Estus Flask until we need
red hearts, but also kind of the opinion that this could give us a little bit of an advantage against the old king. The fact that I so oftentimes find myself losing way more HP than you'd expect down there. Oh, wow. Brown chest with the plague pistol. Poisons enemies. I've never really used it much. I've had it before, but I've never really found it like that good. I mean, I obviously feel like the plunger is probably better, but that's not necessarily a one-to-one fair comparison. It could be good to open up. Like, let's start with crossbow, plague pistol. Could be good to open up, you know, take a couple shots at an enemy, poison them, and then, you know, just use the crossbow to finish them off. But it's also a little bit high maintenance for where we are on this run, you know? This item is often for sale in the shop, and I don't really like to purchase it, in all honesty. Not that ammo efficient either, but, you know, it could be worse, considering that we got the item, and it probably should not have existed. I'm happy to see this. I mean, that's the other thing. I'm using the crossbow, and it's just wrecking fools. I'll just try this. It's the hot pepper. We've had it before. Deals damage to nearby enemies. Okay. I don't really want to get that close to enemies to figure out how this works, but we'll see if maybe we can't get a little tangential benefit out of it. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can see when you get close, they take a little bit of damage. This combined with maybe like a potion of lead skin or a, you know, shield of the maiden or something like that maybe could be more valuable than it seems at first blush. I'm not sure. Take out Mr. Whirlybird here. If you can just get the other enemies to poison each other, makes life a lot easier. Remember, this floor is, I wouldn't say it's the easy floor, but in fact, quite the opposite. It's going to be the hard floor, and the one that comes after it will be the easy floor, and the one that comes after that will be fucking impossible, but, you know, you need to at least get the old crest to have to worry about that in the first place, so let's not count our chickens before they hatch quite yet. I always get hit by these mushroom bullets, man. I do it to myself 100% of the time. Don't take the key yet. If we can buy a key from the shop, I would like to buy a key from the shop. We already got our passive items, so we know that that green chest is going to have a gun. Which is good, because green chests are somewhat high up on the rarity tier. If I can ensure that we pick up a decent gun... from the green chest, I would like to. In fact, I'd prioritize that pretty high. But first, we need to find our shop, because it's possible, in fact, I would say maybe even... Oh, God. This is gonna hurt, yeah. Maybe even likely that the old crest is gonna be trapped behind a locked door. It does happen from time to time. Alright, you got a key for sale. I don't really want to buy shotgun or amulet of the pit lord. I feel like neither of those are worth the money that we'd spend. And we get the Polaris, which is a fantastic, almost like, I don't want to call it as good as the Mega Buster, but rather it's kind of like it's a jack of all trades. You can use it for whatever purpose you'd like to use it for. Also, as I'm sure many people have pointed out, and as I only found out later, this gun is from Cave Story. And I felt like a total idiot when people were like, actually, that gun's from Cave Story. And I was like, oh, right. I've played that. I mean, it's been like 70... Well, not 7... probably been 6 years since I played Cave Story. Something along those lines. But it's a great game. But I was just ignorant of the name of the gun. And I was, ooh, is Gradius? Pretty much just blanked on it. That's okay, though. My gamer cred is already in question enough, probably. Okay, take the blank. Remember, it doesn't matter if you flawless the boss on this level. The Polaris, though, I think is a great gun to get on this floor, and well worth the green chest. We should level it up to level 2 pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. And now just do your best to not take damage. And if you can get it to level 3, it becomes quite potent. I think we're going to not use it for the boss, though. We're probably going to use the trident because we can deflect bullets with it.
I don't really know if the Trident is that good. I mean, you can see from like a damage dealing perspective, it's not really all that impressive. It's not horrible. There are certainly worse guns that we deal with on a semi-regular basis, but it's not really blowing the doors off of the Blobulord fight here. We're gonna have to focus, not intently, but fairly nicely to have a good chance to not get hit here. I think we really want to not get hit because it's going to make the Polaris worse. But again, it's not really putting all our eggs in one basket because we do have, you know, an easier floor coming up next time regardless. So we're probably going to be fine. Really do have to not happy about that. I really thought the Trident would pick it up. It's, like, again, it's not a, like, one-to-one check. It's so much worse than the Fight Saber, though, man. Like, the range on the actual, like, defensive maneuver is not high, and then it doesn't last very long either, whereas, like, the Fight Saber and even the Huntsman, although the Huntsman is not as good as the Fight Saber, or even close, really, it lasts much longer, at least. Oh well, life goes on. Again. It didn't really matter if we flawless this boss. We lost a little bit of HP, but we can just use our Estus Flask. I'm just more disappointed that, you know, we got this out of a very nice chest. And yet we have not really found ourselves, you know, enjoying it, befitting an item of that rarity. But it's not bad. Pretty ammo inefficient, though, I do have to admit that, and that's annoying for me as well. Considering that it's only gonna last one freaking Blobulon fight here. Alright, I'll quit my belly aching. We get the Skull Spitter, or Skull Splitter, Skull Spitter, Skull Spitter. It takes a second to drink it. That's kind of a nice touch, actually. I'm gonna use it again just to see how much we replenish for the next floor. I hope it's 2. Obviously. Go with the Polaris here, and we don't want to forget, we do have a blank left. I just want to check our elevator room, just out of convenience's sake. Okay, not there. Let's come down here. We're gonna get the old crest, and we're gonna do our damnedest not to take damage here. There we go. Could have used our blank in there as well. So the Polaris is, I mean, it is a theoretical boss killer. Maybe we should use it, assuming we can get it up to, like, level 3. I think we should use it as a boss killer, and then if we get hit, just switch to something else and build it back up on the smaller enemies. But that might be fairly obvious. Here we are on floor 2. We did get 2 full Estus back, so it's actually pretty nice to get 1 HP refilled per floor. Now, of course, my heart is telling me perhaps there's a way to get more Estus out of it. You know, we can get like an Estus shard or something like that. But I think the odds of this are probably fairly low. Yeah, I know, Ruka. It's not fair. At least give us an undead bone shard or something like that. But, you know, we don't have any control over this. Tough enemies to kill with a level 1 Polaris, but that's the cost of doing business. A little risky. Probably shouldn't have even done that. Again, leave the key behind methodically so we can garner a key from our shop. Yes, hello, my feline friend. What appears to be the issue? You're well fed. You just slept. You got a clean place to poop. It's nicer than the place where I poop. What seems to be the problem? I loaded you, or lauded you with attention this morning. Are you saying thank you? Is that what that meow means? I certainly hope so. Now, we do need an ammo drop soonish. Running out of Polaris ammo doesn't seem that bad, because I'm sure you keep the level of the weapon. But it is such an effective room clearer once you get that weapon level up a little bit that I want to use it as much as possible. And I think it only builds up if you're using it. That's been the assumption that I've been operating under, at least. Not that I have many better room clearers in this situation, unless we want to start using the trident for that. But you know, in my head, I've got this synergy starting to run now. I'm like, well, we have, where's our shaman? Like, well, we have a good defensive weapon in the trident. Oh, Lord. It's not very good at killing enemies necessarily, but it does at least a decent job of deflecting bullets. Dude, where's the shaman? There we go. Does a decent job of deflecting bullets. We could have like a cool synergy going on there, but I don't really want to switch back and forth between them just yet, but I understand the value of it. Yeah, I think you buy Heart Lunchbox here. Enjoy the extra HP. That will make it impossible for me to play this dude's game right now, but that's okay. We'll come back later. And I'll buy a key later if necessary, too. We do have one on the floor. Yeah, dude, level 2 Polaris is still getting the job done. At least while it has ammo. We are ostensibly looking for... Oh, we're on weapon 3 now. We are ostensibly looking for the Shrine of the Old King, or whatever you'd like to call it. I'm going to call it the Shrine of the Old King. There's extra Polaris ammo. Good goddamn. All right. This is fantastic. Never let anybody tell you we didn't put in the work here, but I'm stoked that we're going to have 392 bullets with which to get to know this level 3 weapon. There's got to be another one in there. Oh, another 2. I can't tell if we're one-shotting them, but we're not much beyond one-shotting them. Still only got 20 credits, so I doubt, actually, that we'll be able to use... or we'll be able to play that dude's game. We may not even want to play the game, but you have to think of it from an opportunity cost standpoint. We could either spend 30-something on a key, or we could spend 20-something on playing his game and get a chest that doesn't require a key to open. So there is a little bit of risk inherent, I suppose. Just to stay on the safe side, I feel like our spare blank was totally worth using there. We got one back. We didn't come close to taking damage. It's a good situation to find ourselves in. Okay, so we've delivered the old crest. Now we can be a little bit riskier with our life. Place the crest upon the altar. Crest the altar, bread. Crest the funky, funky altar. Where are we gonna go here? Start with green chest. We have a key available. And that's the metronome, which actually seems like it would synergize very, very well with an item like the Polaris, which is going to kill enemies very quickly. Consecutive kills grant you a damage bonus, basically, and if you switch weapons... How much do you need? If you switch weapons, you lose the bonus. Alright, so we need 30, I think. But, how does it look? I mean, it doesn't look like the easiest of all of them, but it doesn't look that bad, necessarily. Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. Really important, if possible, don't take damage against the boss. Please don't be the ammo conda. Please be the beholster. It's the ammo conda. Okay. In the end, life goes on. But I do wish that we'd maybe be fighting an enemy that's a little bit more lenient. But as you can tell, we're kicking the crap out of him as is. Can destroy those other parts on the ground there that he uses to get buffed, but we've killed him anyway. How is he not? There we go. We've killed him anyway. That went pretty fantastically for us. No ammo drop, which is slightly unfortunate, but we'll take the armor. The commando's okay. We're up to 5 HP now, which is where I thought we should be to begin with, and with 43 credits... I switched. You switch weapon whenever you pick a weapon up, I suppose. But we can rebuild it pretty quickly with the Polaris. Step right up. Pay 30. Let's do it, man. Alright. So we gotta, like, land this one here. Shoot like then, when he comes off the back wall. Okay, there's one. Now we want to hit this one into the other wall. Gonna be something like this. Okay. Now we want to do the same thing, but we want to miss the wall, so something like... that's not very good. That was not very good. But a blue chest for the cost of basically a key is not so bad. Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna use the I'm probably not going to use the proximity mine. I'm probably going to use the Estus. And we can have a better chance of killing the Old King as a result of this, I hope. So we're not going to go down the normal way. We're going to go down the Old King way. And if we die here, like, sincerely, I apologize. It just illustrates that we got a long way to go before we really master the Old King fight. But we got to keep trying, at least. This way. And we'll shoot the chest. I doubt we'll get anything out of it, but we'll shoot it regardless. And we should still... Yeah, we still have weapon 3. That's good. This floor, it's gonna be tough. The most important thing is probably just not getting hit at all. Thus, you don't lose that 3rd level weapon. We don't want to switch weapons anyway, but... so we'll use blanks fairly prodigiously, I guess. But this... You know, it's hard to come to terms with the fact this could be the end of the run right here. I'm not trying to be defeatist, quite the opposite. I'm just saying, this is some nasty stuff down here. These guys don't mess around. If we're killing this jammed rogue legacy man fairly quickly, it's a great indication of our chances. There's more enemies, okay. More? Okay. There we go. Decent chunk of change there. Okay, obviously the sorcerer has to go before anybody else. More and more jammed enemies. And against jammed enemies, this Polaris ammo is not going to last forever. Of course, that was as close to ideal as you can get for that fight. Against not jammed enemies, the Polaris ammo goes quite a long way indeed. Just remember, don't switch weapons if you can avoid it. We've got our shop coming up. We should buy a key, but if there's ammo, we might want to consider that as well. There is no ammo, there is a key. This guy's selling duct tape. 101, okay. Not really in the market for that immediately. Let's start with the key. Good lord. That's expensive. Can't switch weapons or we'll lose the metronome bonus. But rest assured, I would potentially quite like to here. So that we don't waste Polaris ammo on enemies that are perhaps not deserving. Okay, that was my idiotic mistake. I actually thought that that was my dog. Believe it or not. I only saw it on my peripheral vision. Just don't let it be a habit. A level 2 Polaris is still quite good. Not nearly as good, but not bad. And the only way to build it up is to not completely lose morale here, so just be smart about it. Don't get hit. We are gonna almost certainly, like, let me put it this way. As optimistic as I can be, we're gonna get hit against the Old King. Forget the metronome. You know what? Stick with the metronome bonus for now. Let's try it. If we can't do it now, we're not going to be able to do it at all on this floor in all likelihood, because there's no guarantee that we get stronger. We may indeed actually get weaker as the floor goes on, and you know, maybe we run out of HP or the Polaris, I was just going to say, goes down to level 1, which now that it is there, we're going to start using some different weapons that are hopefully going to be a little bit more viable for me. It is always nice. You get the contact explosions. Very lucky to not get hit there. This is going to use all of our commando ammo for sure, and then all of the ammo from another gun. I'm thinking probably... Oh, that was really nice. Thinking probably we go Trident next, but this guy's so fucking tanky that I imagine the Trident's going to eat shit. But at least it somewhat protects us, right? Offers a little bit of extra defense. Probably a fair reason there. Pretty lucky to get out of that one without taking damage. I am thinking that perhaps instead of the Trident... Well, you know what? We're just gonna use all the Trident ammo because it's almost gone anyway. Fight's going pretty well, though. Oh, that was the worst time for it to get empty. I was relying on that to break that last little bit of bullets there. We'll go Skull Spitter. No blanks remaining, so I expect to get hit here. Just don't throw completely towards the end of this. I'm not going to Estus yet, just because it takes time. It's probably better for us to wait on the Estus until we are finished with the fight. This thing, it just eats all of our ammo, man. This is... I mean, it's not really, like, depressing. It's just annoying. But we are going to beat the Old King here. The worst dodge of all time. We are going to beat the Old King. He is going to die. We're going to get whatever his fucking item is. And we have lived. He didn't give us an ammo drop, unfortunately. So we got the heroin. Is this the Super Metroid gun or something? Yo, that looks pretty dope. Let's see if it's a viable... There we go, I just asked this. Let's see if it's a viable room clearer. Yo. It just killed the enemy in one hit. An enemy that is normally pretty annoying. Do we go with this instead of the Polaris? That's a tough question, because the Polaris is also really good. But this is like... It's like the Super Metroid Mega Buster. Might take a little longer to charge. 2 shots on a jammed enemy? So ammo efficient. 1 shot each for most enemies. Oh, dude, we have to roll this. This is the Mega Buster 2.0. More HP, but can't really take advantage of it. That's okay. That guy lived through 1 shot, which is actually incredible to me. Oh my lord, that worked. Okay. I'd like to keep the armor if possible. That was really dumb. Here, just remember, the charge takes slightly longer than you'd like to believe it does. Don't want to fire any half-ass shots here. Blue chest. There was a green chest we did not open, was there not? Well, before we worry about this, let's keep moving on. See if we get anything else on this floor. As of right now, I mean, it's going to be a long run. We're about to head down to the 3rd floor. Honestly, it should be basically a guaranteed win. Because I mean, it's not quite fair to say it's a guaranteed win, but we've already done the hardest floor that exists for me in the game. Just run the hell away from this. So if it doesn't get any harder from here for me, then I think, you know, life's good. We probably got a fairly easy dragon kill lined up. Admittedly, not necessarily a fast dragon kill lined up, but that's okay. It's not really even worth using our bullets for this, but surely we'll get an ammo drop at some point in the future. This is a mimic for sure, so we will kill this mimic. Hopefully easily. And then we'll get a little closer to having completed that guy's goals. +1 to bullet. This is just like an all-stats upgrade if I remember correctly. Alright, so that didn't cost us a key, I think. We'll go to our other chest. And we still have a blank that we can use on a secret room as well. Good situation. Alright, this is the Helix, which is actually also... well, there goes the metronome, but it's also a really, really good weapon here. We could get the HP, but we could also just Estus instead. Alright, let's head down/up. I don't know what we've gotten for doing that. Maybe we have to shoot these? Alright, I feel reasonably confident that we don't have to shoot those. Just checking. And this floor should be just a breeze for us at this point, man. You know, life is but a dream right now. Black powder mines on floor 3. It's like, you know, getting your PhD and then going back to high school to take grade 10 English. Like, you're probably set. you should be getting at least a B+. I'd like to keep my expectations fairly mild. But on floor 3, I'll go ahead, I'll take us like one step further than I normally do. If we don't flawless the boss on this floor, I will be very, very disappointed. Considering we have great weaponry, good kind of interstitial stuff, or, you know, extras, whatever you'd like to refer to them as. I'm not saying we're going to go through the whole floor without taking damage. I think that's fairly unrealistic. But I think we got a really good chance to not take damage on the boss. Pick up another HP upgrade. Especially like that +1 to bullet. We've had it before. I believe it's just it's the approximation of an all stats upgrade. Except it doesn't give us speed, it just all stats with respect to our weaponry at least. Okay. Armor. We do still have Elevator Man. I totally forgot. We've got some extra stuff to do with respect to Elevator Man. I was also thinking that if, you know, the game is never going to get easier, or this run in specific is never going to get any easier than it is right now, maybe it would be advisable for us to just build up the Polaris on this floor and then just have a level 3 weapon that we can come back to in the future. Of course, it's going to break our metronome, but we're doing really well regardless, so I'm not sweating it too much. And if we could just, you know, if we're going to go the whole floor without getting hit, having a backup weapon that is level 3 could be awesome for us. Now, again, it's going to be probably quite annoying here as we try to get it built up. Even level 2 is pretty solid. We're going to need ammo first. And there is no ammo for sale here. Table Tech Rage. I'm kind of the opinion right now that we don't really benefit from... Just be smart. We don't really benefit from Table Tech Rage. Wow, that's embarrassing. Not that it's not good, but it's a little expensive given that I'm mostly just looking to beat bosses without getting hit right here. Can't believe I compromised my coolness stat for no reason. Okay, dog who is my dog. Give me some ammo drops, please. We've gone like the whole run outside of those early crossbow hits. Like My Girl by Paul Anka. We've got our whole run without a single ammo drop. Well, there you go, thank you, I appreciate this a great deal. You know what? We're going Polaris ammo. And my reasoning for this is I really think this is another ammo shrine, which is actually pretty good, but I think we got a great chance to get to oh, Jesus. To get this weapon to at least level 2 and keep it there for a while, and then use it as a backup in case things go terribly wrong with our heroine. Which Michael A. Fox, by the way, told me was a great boss killer, not very good for room clearing. He might have just been using it as a hypothetical example, but what is this dude on, and where can I get some? Okay, that was like a really long room. But hopefully it's illuminated a new side of the map for us here. Oh, God. A little too close for comfort. Gotta be hitting level 2 pretty soon here. Honestly, level 1 with a metronome is not horrible. There we go, level 2. Oh, dude, that's... Ooh, the poison almost got me. That's why I believe in the power of the Polaris here. Is the number of metronome hits it got us there was ridiculous. You got wax wings, you do not have wax wings. I don't want to buy any of your cursed bullshit, okay? It hasn't worked out well for me. Well, I mean, in the past it has a great deal. Wax wings is a fantastic item, but... Are we going to stick with the Polaris and full metronome, or are we going to go heroin here? Let's see how we're doing on the first little bit of damage. You know what? Our damage is so good. I don't want to compromise it by getting rid of the metronome right now. If you ever come close to taking damage, just immediately blank, man. There's no risk to yourself as a player here. Look at this, he's already almost dead. You're still fine. You know what? Use a blank. Use a blank on reload. Keep yourself safe. Look at that. And the Polaris doing great work. Dog even found some armor for us. Beehive is actually pretty good. Definitely like an acceptable backup weapon, not to be insulting to it. Let's get this Polaris up to level 3. I guess it doesn't count as getting rid of your metronome when you pick up a new gun, but then when you switch to your old gun, it does. So, functionally, pretty similar. And once we get this to level 3, I still do think that the heroin is the way forward for us. Don't take that out of context. We have one key, so we can open one chest. And there was a green chest available. At this point, like, give me some passives, man. Especially something like ammo synthesizer. Okay, so we have hit level 3. Finish this room, and then, change weapons. Alright, there's another key. We've already bought one from the shop, so we're good. Alright, next ammo drop goes to, I mean, honestly, probably the Polaris again. Because the heroin, although fantastic, ooh, seems to shoot automatically after a time. The heroin, although fantastic, might not be as fast for boss killing, and 101 bullets goes a lot further in the heroin than it does in other guns. This is some of the most powerful we've ever been. Now, admittedly, it's a little fragile as well. The reasoning is, you know, we have one great gun here in the heroin, and then one gun that is really good, but can become pretty bad. And that's the Polaris. It only becomes pretty bad if we get hit, but, you know, that's something that's fairly likely to happen over the course of our lifespan, I'd say. I don't know what I shot there that messed that up. I didn't necessarily have high hopes that would be a secret room, but I thought it was worth a try. Is there a chest we have not opened? Yes, and this one is closer to a teleporter, and as a result, it is going to get my attention. It's the shock rifle. It's actually like a pretty okay room clearer, in my opinion. I kind of shit-talked it a little bit, and people were like, yeah, the shock rifle's not bad, you're actually out of your mind. And they are correct. I think it's an acceptable room clearer, and with the metronome, could actually be pretty good. We're gonna head down to the 4th floor. I don't know, do we have to do a past kill as the hunter? We might as well try. It's like getting that little bonus Mega Satan kill or something. Why not give it a shot? Okay, gotta take out these enemies quickly. Keep in mind, we're trying to avoid... Oh, that was so bad. I was just gonna say, trying to avoid getting hit and compromising the Polaris, which is now functionally worthless. Okay, you know what? Ammo drop is going to the heroin. That was pretty poor on my part. But we're gonna take damage. You know it's gonna take place. It's not realistic to not take damage over the course of the run. And there's our ammo drop. Put your money where your mouth is. And the other thing is we don't... I mean, I like the Polaris a lot. Although, as you can tell, apparently I'm a fickle creature. I have better... Not better, but I have perhaps more reliable backups in the form of the shock rifle and the beehive now that we can actually use if we run out of heroin ammo on the boss. Or if we just feel like we need a faster boss killing item. Which the beehive might fit pretty nicely. Okay, this is Skelly. Trying to, like, hope that my Gungeon chili pepper does enough damage to kill these guys without me using ammo, and it seems like it could. Just open this. Ah, is the gun a holster? Is this every time you reload you shoot a bullet? So unfortunately, out of the heroin, it seems to just shoot like a little baby bullet. So we could really use a gun that shoots once and does a lot of damage, and this, we've had it before, is actually an extremely effective boss killing engine. You get something like the Scrambler, or, you know, a really good rocket launcher based weapon of pretty much any sort. goes a long way. Don't shoot death. This is the bullshit, man. There we go. More ammo. You know what? We'll take it for the fucking Polaris. Ah, you know what? No. We'll take it for the Commando. Did I just take it for the heroin? I totally took it for the heroin. But in theory, I was gonna take it for the Commando. Truth be told, it could be worse than to have full ammo on this, but at the same time, for the Commando, it's more advisable because hip holster is going to synergize very nicely there, but honestly, it's a relatively minor mistake. A mistake nonetheless, but not one that's liable to cause us too many problems. Yeah, kill any enemy that can summon other enemies, and then just let the Gungeon, you know, chili pepper do its dirty work here. Still not very good. But it is saving us a little ammo here, I guess. Ah, okay. It's the utility belt. Or the ammo belt. Ammo capacity up. Sure, I mean, not bad. Is it amazing? No, probably not. Pretty lucky dodge there, honestly. I mean, more of these guys. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, we got a few more again. If you insist. Just remember, you know, I didn't fire the first shots at you. You fired the first shots at me. And at least we're saving some ammo. This floor has been pretty nice from an ammo perspective for us. Just want to see if we can actually kill that guy with the chili pepper. We didn't quite kill him. We got fairly close. And we don't even need to roll into those other enemies. As long as our speed's high enough, the chili pepper will do it itself. Okay, more armor is okay. Hate these guys. I tell this story a lot, but oh, Jesus. There was a time where you encountered those mages on the first floor. Now, they're not the hardest enemies in the game, but I think you'd probably agree the first floor is a little bit early to be facing those guys, for the most part. Especially in the beta version of the game. You're like, oh, what's this game? It looks pretty good. Oh, the AI wants me to fuck myself. It's much more well-balanced, I think, to have them at this later stage. Alright, that was much better. I mean, we're building a good run here. I don't know if we're gonna flawless the fourth boss. I wouldn't be surprised, though. I wouldn't be surprised either way. I'd give us like a 50-50 shot. It also depends on what boss it is. If it's the Fallen Priest or whatever his name is, then I don't really care to flawless him. As long as we can beat him without just completely eating shit, then I'm happy with the way that life is going. But if it's like the Wallmonger, we might have a good shot. So we don't have commando ammo. It is it's the Fallen Priest. So we're just gonna be looking for a kill here, honestly. Now, flawless is money in the bank. But oh, I very much tried to blank there, I assure you. Watch out for the bullet. That is bullshit. A little homing aim assist there or something. It didn't feel like we should have hit. Now, at this point, if we take damage, not really that big of a deal. Save your blanks for potential secret rooms. Even if we don't get any HP left on the floor, you know, we can replenish ourselves pretty freaking nicely as a result of the Estus anyway. I mean, we technically have 3 Estus in quick succession. Because we could just go down to the next floor if our HP is truly terrible. Okay. I'll admit, I'm not sure if the heroin is our best damage dealer here, but it's not bad. Or at least doesn't seem bad. That's our blank-worthy thing right there. Anytime an enemy summons skulls, if I have blanks, I'm going to strongly consider using them. There we go. That's not too bad. We are going to lose the metronome here when we pick up this gun, but I think it's well worth it. The SAA is actually pretty good as well. Alrighty, where are we going here? We don't have keys yet. We haven't found our shop yet. We haven't found a lot of stuff yet. There's a whole new world available to us here. There's no reason not to Estus. Like, as long as we can get value out of it, might as well take advantage of that. Just melt. Just melt. You know, I'm gonna try to make a new habit, and that's if the thwomps are in close proximity, just shoot them. There we go. Because most of the time I make an effort to not shoot them because I'm like, oh, we can save our ammo, and then it ends up being a terrible decision. You know, end up taking damage that was very unnecessary to take. Shopkeeper requires a key to visit. Alright, well, that's that then. That's this entire floor taken care of, I think. We could shoot the chests, but that sort of thing isn't my bag, baby. Again, hip holster commando I think is going to be pretty solid. Look, we should at least teleport to try to find the secret room. That's why we saved the blanks. Okay, it didn't work out. Get the heck out of here. 119 credits at least is enough that on the next floor, we'll be able to get 1, maybe 2 of whatever we want. We might be able to get 1 ammo drop, 1 heart, 1 armor, a key and armor and a heart, possibly. But I also don't feel like we should be that concerned about it. I mean, we have 6 HP plus 2 armor. It's a pretty good situation to be in. We also have some of the... oh, fuck that. That cross-section was so lucky. We also have some of the best weapons in the game, or at least, you know, 1 to 2 of the best weapons in the game. I'm just going to pick up keys at this point. Is it if you take too long on a room, the death shows up? Or is death just predetermined to show up sometimes? Or is there a little bit of both maybe going on? Yes, please walk through the fire. That saves me 1 ammo, potentially. Oh, that's bullshit. I hit you. Now, that guy's not dying in 1 hit. The skeleton went down in like 3, which is pretty good. So, I don't really know what we fought Old King for. If that makes sense. I know that there's, yep. I'm an idiot. I know that there's stuff in the game that I have not yet seen. But did I not, you know, like, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll talk to the blacksmith up here, and well, after we kill this dragon, obviously. And the dragon kill, plus beating the Old King, will have the blacksmith be like, whoa, you're fucking OG badass. You got triple OG status, A-Town's very own, and, you know, party people in the club, it's time to cut a rug and throw your deuces in the sky just for the shutterbug. I'm double fisting, if you empty, you can grab a cup. I don't remember many of the other lyrics, except for all of them. By the way, the dragon, I mean, he's not the easiest boss in the game, but we should be relatively safe to fight him without taking the ridiculous amount of damage we would need to take in order to die here. So the real challenge becomes keeping your HP high-ish so that we can at least, you know, feel pretty safe about our chances of getting to the blacksmith. Well, it was fun while it lasted. In fact, I'm starting to think that maybe this is just a little too slow. And we can at least destroy his bullets at the moment of impact here. We basically get 5 rockets per magazine. They're probably not called magazines when they're rockets. We get 5 rockets per reload. Alright, I'm very content to have used a blank there, actually. And this is, I think, going much, much faster. I also feel like the commando is what we're going to use when we get to the next phase anyway. We Still got 16 rockets left in it. Yeah, why not? Oh, this is the wrong side of... Yep, that was the wrong side of town. That's my bad. They throw those in there, I'm pretty sure, as like a MacGuffin. So you're like, oh, look at this. Free move for me to make. Rarely is that true, though. Alright, yeah, I think by the next wave we'll be done here. I don't like using weapons with a slow rate of fire against the dragon. I think at least against the dragon heart. But it's getting the job done here. He's definitely dead. Alright, that was easy enough. I'm not sure if this is the first time that I've beaten the Old King and the dragon, and maybe we'll have a chance to kill the past as well. Maybe if you kill the Old King, you get a different past to kill, and then that's, you know, a bonus for you or something. Honestly, I have no idea. So what we're looking for here is, I mean, really just survival. So we might as well S this here. Survival and the blacksmith. If we survive till the blacksmith, we'll at least get the chance to see what's going on with this run. It's been a fun one. Like, don't get me wrong. I hope I don't sound like I've been negative here. It's actually been really good, and it's going to be very productive from a hegemony credit standpoint as well. Like, we probably garnered, like, maybe 18 to 25 on this run. I mean, it's a pretty broad range, but, you know... I mean, I guess what I'm going to say there is who the fuck cares? You know, we'll find out when we get back to the breach. Killed like 8 bosses or something. So we got to be 8 bosses times an average of 3. Yeah, you know, somewhere in the 24, 20, 25 range. I don't know. We'll see. I hope that we get something special here, just because I want something to justify the existence of the Old King. And I want to know what it is. And I want to know what it is without necessarily having to be told. Although, I'm going to guess that that's probably the way that it's going to end. Gun Muncher's not bad, but if we're just going to our past anyway, who cares? You know, these 52 bullets may well be enough to carry us to where we're going. I wonder, what if we just use the Gungeon chili pepper? Why waste your ammo, right? Seems to be getting the job done fairly easily. Get an extra blank. I don't know, maybe a secret room can provide us with some advantage. Very dumb decision on my part. Take that shot for no reason. Triple mage room, very easy. This is not going to be our blacksmith. We might as well open the chest, though. And, okay, it's the Medal of Honor. You get that when you beat the past as the Marine, starring John Cena. Significantly increases damage dealt to powerful foes. Damn it, we've hit a dead end here. Alrighty. Is this another dead end? Chili Pepper's keeping this guy roasted and toasted. This is my least favorite mage, but at least it's not a dead end. Please don't make me go back. Nobody said it was easy. It'd be such a shame for us to fart. Okay. There we go. Watch out for Jesse Pinkman here in the middle. Ah! Try to shoot me. You know what could be fun here? Do we have decent Polaris ammo? No, we do not. I still think it could be fun to use the Polaris here, although I've got to admit, it's probably going to take like all 89 bullets to kill this fucker. No, okay, not 89. Well, use like 16. That's actually not that bad at all. Let's try to get our Polaris ammo back up, or Polaris power back up. There you go. This is a great start. Take damage on the second room. All we got to do is hit level 2. This thing becomes pretty darn powerful. HP, I guess theoretically useful. Man, these Gungeon episodes are starting to be almost the same size as a Dark Souls 3 episode on my hard drive. And that's, you know, you're going to say, well, the Gungeon episodes tend to be like an hour long. The Dark Souls 3 episodes are like 30 minutes. That doesn't seem that ridiculous. I mean, I guess this is getting a little inside baseball, but the bit rate required, like basically the amount of data per second required to record a decent-looking 3D video, is absurd compared to a 2D video. These Gungeon videos, I mean, I'm not complaining. They're long, and this game's got a lot of, like, nice-looking particles, which I think is kind of leading to that, but it's like the average Gungeon episode at this point is reaching like 6 or 7 gigs, believe it or not. And the average Isaac episode is like 2.5. Used to be less, actually, but I've been recording in a different quality lately. But the average Dark Souls episode is like 13. So there, I mean, there's a big difference, but we're starting to get there. This Gungeon episode here is already at 7. But this has probably been the longest Gungeon episode I've ever recorded, I guess. Okay, definitely do not die here. Take out your cluster bombs. Okay, they're now gone. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do not die at this point. This would just be the ultimate embarrassment. There's got to be a little bit of HP remaining for me. I'm not worried. Blacksmith's right here anyway. Blacksmith's right here anyway. Watch out, the grenade is the big one. Blacksmith's right here anyway. Yay! Okay. A little scary. Hey, speak to me. Here's the bullet. Was there something else? Why are you here? Sure. Yeah. That way, I guess it was right. The great bullet hit, and neither I nor my sister ever saw him again. People investigate what happened. Permanent decision. Some people got out early. Spread the word. Must have been a tempting proposition. We still aren't sure why the bullet struck or where it came from. All I know for sure is it was that gun he was working on when it happened. My sister traded for new guns, new artifacts for him to study. She's able to get things from outside the Gungeon sometimes, and I had this forged, so I got to work. If I could undo anything, it would be to stop the bullet from ever being fired, and then I'd never step foot in here, but that's impossible. I think without the bullet, there would have never been the gun. Oh, my lord. So she's got nothing else for me, so I guess, honestly, we're just gonna go back to the dragon fight. And then we're gonna kill our past, and then we'll be done with it. That'll be that, but, This floor ended up being a little trickier than I expected, but that's okay. Would have been probably suboptimal to fall in the drink there. I don't know if they're going to make me do the past kill, or if they're just going to be like, hey, you already did it once, don't sweat it. I assume that they will probably trigger the past kill here. I think there's an... what? I should have kept my HP higher. Well, we get Estus immediately. We're in bullet hell. Okay, so this is new to me. What's going on down here? Hey, Spelunky. I wanna scream so loud for you, 'cause I'm so proud of you, and let me tell you what I'm about. What is this? Welcome to the real Dark Souls. I actually had no idea that this area existed. Do you have to kill the Bullet King to activate this area? If so, oh fuck. If so, that's a real pain in the butt, man. I shot at a candle. I thought that candle was my enemy. I'm not saying it was my friend, but certainly not my enemy. Now, we got a real problem coming up, and that problem is clearly that we're about to run out of heroin ammo. Oh, just straight... Oh, we threw the gun. Now, you know what gun we have not used at all is the one we're using right now, the Helix. It's actually pretty good. Don't forget to pick up that heroin, because we're going to need it. And the Beehive is pretty good as well. We should consider maybe rocking that, but the Beehive, I think, is secondary to the Helix. Helix is kind of tough to hit with. You know what? We're going Beehive. And the shock rifle's actually, like, fairly okay as well. Oh, jeez. Just keep making bees. What? I thought that you could walk on that. It looks like there's a ledge. Yo, you gotta read the design of everyday things, man. Oh, jeez, that was really bad damage. I feel like I've been lied to. Well, getting to bullet hell. I don't know what to call it. Level 1 of bullet hell? Certainly seems like a tall order to begin with. And then who knows what the boss down here fucking looks like. Probably many people in chat know what the boss down here looks like. Many people in the comments, I mean. The bullets, the bees are heat-seeking. My own bees have sought the heat against me. Let's go shock rifle. I don't know, at this point I'm reaching a certain level of desperation. Oh god, that exploded so quickly. Well, we've certainly learned something new here. For now, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.